Hi everyone. Today I'm talking about our third packet, and I wanted to point out that it is a nonfiction text, so you're going to see some text features. So you'll see some headings and then this heading here. So in that section you'll see it will talk about how do some insects work together. And then you'll notice we have bold words like social, and then directly behind that you will see they tried to spell it out for you. Social. It says that they are social insects and that they live together in large groups or colonies. In fact, we kind of talked about this in class before, boys and girls. I also noticed another text feature, and it's here. This one right here. That's an actual photograph, isn't it, boys and girls? So make sure you take notice and use some of your text features. If you look further in the packet, boys and girls, you will see after you're done reading there are some questions that you have to answer. And I talked about going back in the actual story and highlighting where you find the answers so you can show evidence. But in addition to that, there are some written responses to what you have read. So, for instance, this number 8 says social insects always have at least one queen. What does the queen do? Now for number 8, when you answer something like this, you want to include part of the question. So you might say the queen and then answer it. That might be a way for you to start number 8. Let's look at number 9. So for number 9, it says describe the work of worker ants, worker bees, and worker termites. And then there's two parts. This next part says support your answer with evidence from the text. So not only are you describing the work of these other worker bees, termites, and ants, but you have to go back in the text and support it with something from the text. Okay? Let's look at the next one down here, number 10. It says worker insects are just as important as queen insects. From an argument for or against the statement, support your answer. So you're going to say, I agree that worker insects are just as important as queen insects because, and then tell why, supporting it with evidence from the text. Or you're going to say, I disagree that worker insects are just as important as queen insects, and then tell why from the evidence from the text. Okay, and then for the writing prompt this week, they want you to make a list. It says make a list of 5 things you like to do to get exercise. Then check off each one as you complete it throughout the week. So, since we don't have to write in paragraph form for this one, I think you should just use the actual packet maybe. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Write out what you like to do for exercise, and then maybe then check it off as you go during the week. So you might say jumping jacks or riding a bike, whatever you want to add on there. And then check it off as you go through the week. In the prior packets, you had to do some writing that was paragraph form. So it was better probably to use line paper for that. Let's take a look at the next part. Okay, and then I wanted to talk for a second about this math right here. This is where they want you to solve each problem using 5 facts and draw the array that helped you solve it. We did this a lot in class. Let's take a look at 6 times 3, for example, just the first one. So they wanted you to use easy 5 facts. I know we've done this quite a bit in class. So let me set this up on the board so it's just 6 times 3. Okay, so what you have is 6 rows with 3 things in each row. And they want you kind of thinking like, well, I could use a 5 times 3. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3 right here, right? Which you should know easily is 15. And then I also have this other 1 group of 3 at the bottom. So 5 times 3 plus this 1 times 3 So another 3 would equal 3. And then you would have to add the 15 plus the 3, which would be 18. So basically, when they talk about using easy 5 facts, that's what they're talking about. Another way to solve this would be to say, well, I also know this is just 6 groups of 3, so I can skip count by 3, right? 6, 12, 18. This way we did before in the class. This was where we did this 5 times 3 plus 1 times 3, which equals 18. And really, that's what they're trying to get at when they tell you to use an easy 5 fact. So anyway, I tried to pull out the things that might give you some difficulty with that packet, and hopefully you are doing well. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.